Hello, hola, assalamu alaikum, ciao, what's poppin', what it do? So, this whole Kyle Rittenhouse situation, it was really unfortunate that one of my favorite talk shows, The View, did a really horrible job with covering the Kyle Rittenhouse case. You have two lawyers on there, one person on there who just obviously just continuously expresses that she's a lawyer, like she's a Chris Cuomo or Andrew Cuomo, Sunny Hostin. Someone who calls herself a lawyer did a horrible job at covering the trial and covering the case. Tara Setmeyer even called him a murderer 3 days before the verdict came out of him not being not guilty. And Whoopi also made an implication that he is a murderer as well. I'm not going to play the different clips from The View. You can just go on The View's page like I did before I came on this video for research purposes and search Kyle Rittenhouse. It's very easy. And there's about 4 clips that you can watch. But the show, like I said, did a horrible job in covering this case. And what I dislike about this case is that it is a divide. People that are Democrat are more than likely for him to be guilty and are outraged that he was not guilty. And then people who are on the right, Republicans, more than likely want him to be not guilty. And they're using this man, Kyle Rittenhouse, and to me, he's underage. And I hate to show his face with this Tucker Carlson video, but I have to just because it's what the video is about. Because I don't show children on my videos. He's still a child to me, regardless if he's 18, I don't care. People on the left, like I said, they want him to be in prison. People on the right, for the most part, they don't care. They're happy with the trial. Me personally, before I watched the trial, I was reading partisan blogs that leaned left, and within the first hour of watching that trial, I knew that this boy was going to be not guilty. I knew. And within the eyes of the court of law, as a juror, I see why, and I understand why the judges are very adamant in telling you, do not watch or read newspapers, don't watch the media, because you're going to get these ideas in your head, and that's going to conflict your decision in what to put down when someone is guilty or not guilty. I, for one, was on a juror. I was the youngest in a criminal case as a juror. And I just was highly disappointed in how The View covered this trial. And it just proves that The View has a narrative. And if it's a white person, there's a narrative. And it's like the Democratic narrative is to say, oh, he should be guilty. And Tucker Carlson has a narrative, and his narrative is to have this man on a pedestal and use him for commentary, and also allegedly filming this guy behind the scenes in the trial, and also in this video saying he's not going to be able to get a job. The dude has almost 300,000 followers on Twitter, okay? This man don't need a job. He can form his own company, as he is doing now, forming his own company, holding the media accountable. So let's watch this clip together, and I'm going to come back with some more.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to imprison you for the rest of your life. It wasn't coverage, it was advocacy. You have a lot of potential targets to sue yourself. Will you be suing any of these news organizations, and if so, when?
Well, right now we're looking at quite a few politicians, celebrities, athletes. Whoopi Goldberg's on the list. She called me a murderer after I was acquitted by a jury of my peers. She went on to still say that. And there's others. Don't forget about Sank from the Young Turks. He called me a murderer before verdict and continues to call me a murderer.
Interesting. And what about the people who called you groundlessly a white supremacist, which makes it pretty hard to get a job for the rest of your life if you're a white supremacist? Will you be responding to them?
Absolutely. We are going to hold everybody who's lied about me accountable, such as everybody who's lied, called me a white supremacist.
Yeah.
They're all going to be held accountable, and we're going to handle them in a courtroom.
Kyle Rittenhouse, I appreciate your announcing that tonight, the Media Accountability Project, and of course we're...
So when I watched The View, I was highly pissed off on the day when they covered this Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Like, I was pissed off, and I even tweeted. I was like, he should sue. And I'm not a lawyer, but by watching the clips that I've watched, with Whoopi implying that he's a murderer and Tara Setmeyer 3 days before the verdict came out of him not being guilty, saying, "Oh, I think he's going to get off, but he's a murderer." He has a case in suing her. So he's suing Singh from the Young Turks, Whoopi Goldberg, and a whole bunch of other people. That was just a snippet of the names that he enlisted in the video. And it seems like he has a case. And I'm not going to sit here and use the business model of media of Democrat versus Republican. I'm not going to sit here and even tout that, this man is some type of hero because he is supposedly representing the right-wing party. I'm not going to sit here and defend that either. I'm just going to sit here and say, in the eyes of law, this is what happened. In the eyes of the law, this is what occurred. And I, for one, personally said that if he were to be charged, he should have been charged for the curfew, for passing the curfew, right? And he should also be charged for carrying a rifle. Like, come on now. You need to go play some damn video games, or you know what? Go do your homework. You shouldn't be going out some damn rifle, right? You shouldn't be doing that. And then you weren't even legally able to get a rifle. You had a friend allegedly give you that rifle, right? But Wisconsin law, debunked that situation. The judge debunked that situation. But in the eyes of the law, it was self-defense. And I agree with the not guilty part, okay? And for even The View to even, and I'm not even going to show his picture, to even showcase one of the Uber guy, Huber, whatever his last name is, that was one of the people that were shot, and said that he didn't even do nothing. Whoopi literally said on national television that this man did not do nothing. He just basically she implied he just basically got killed for no reason. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong. He did do something. That was wrong. And I just watching this stuff again before I come on this video just reiterated my upsetness of my favorite show, one of my favorite shows. And it's like, can we stick to facts? Can we do that? Can we please do that? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes about this with him suing Whoopi, because she's been through a lot for a lot of unknowledgeable things and controversial things about the show. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing what his media company, his accounting projects, he has a company that he's launching. He's asking for donations. I'm not telling you their name. I'm not putting it on here because I'm not representing that. Like, come on now. He's holding the media accountable, and as they should be accountable when it comes to defamation, when it comes to misinformation about race and racism. Especially defamation. Someone at 17-year-old, and had another boy that sued like NBC and other outlets, and he got so much money for that. And I'm not showing his picture on here either because he's a young boy, right? So that's the whole situation on that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Deuces. Come on, The View. Do better.